Hi FlossTube, this is Karen with KB Studio Creations.
And Jason with Karen.
Thank you so much for watching. I know I'm behind on watching all the FlossTube I want to watch, so I appreciate you taking time to watch us today. And if you're returning, thank you so much. And if you're new, we hope you enjoy and come back again.
Welcome!
So usually I begin with starts, but I'm going to start with whips today because a lot of the starts are also finishes. So the first one is a stitching shelf mini by Heaven Earth Designs. The art is by Amy Stewart. And I'm stitching this on 25 count Zweigart Easy Lugana Easy Count 1/1. So that is where I'm at.
What parts did you stitch on?
So I don't think I had this last time. I think I was talking about this last time where I wanted to move to the top on this left
Yeah, you
side,
hadn't made it all the way to the top last time.
and I worked on here. I didn't make as much progress as last time because one, I have more whips right now, and two, for a little while I was feeling a little bit burned out on it, so it just wasn't a priority. Now I'm wanting to make progress on it, but with all my other whips, like, it's hard to make time for everything. But I did want to mention, so this is the one I'm using for the Threadwalker Saga for Fox Stitchery. And I was watching her video the other day, and I realized that I was doing the tracking a little bit wrong. So now it's going to work a little bit better, I think. Because I don't know if you can kind of see. Did I write on the back side? Yes, this is the front side, and I was right on the back. But basically, I was just, I'll get levels faster this way, because I was just like, okay, so take level 34. I had 116 stitches, 115, 147. Well, that's more than like the 400 or 300 I needed, but I just was recording stitches until I hit the level. Whereas this way, I have the level written and how many stitches I need, like what my stitch count will be. And when I reach that, then I can just say, okay, that's the date I reached that. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically, I think it'll make it a little smoother to do the Threadwalker Saga. All right, so the next one I worked on, well, the next one on my list is Mermaids of the Season Sal by Bella Filipina. I'm stitching this on 28 count Sapphire Even Weave by Bestitch Me. And so I'm making some really good progress.
All four of the ladies are there.
I have almost all of the cross stitches in. However, one thing that was very disappointing, so this Krynic that's on the border, I ran out, and I have 4 stitches left to do in that color. So yeah, at some point I will need to buy some more of that. It was out of stock on 123 Stitch. I could maybe find somewhere else, but it's not a high priority right now. But at some point, before I finish this, I will need to get some more of that.
It's looking so good.
Stitches. I mean, it's a pretty color. Like, I'll use it for other things, but it was just really disappointing that it was 4 stitches short. So then, oh, I was going to mention this one. I'm not showing it. So Killer Whale by Sue Coleman, the Stitching Studio. Like I said last time, I'm not going to show it because it's almost finished. All I have left now is the back stitching. But I did want to mention, because, so stitching with Charlie, people have been talking about how she's having this whale hello there, Sal, for May. And I was like, what can I do? What can I do? And then I realized I was already stitching a whale. So I'm hoping maybe next week I can get it finished, so then I could finish it in May. Also, I have not watched Stitching with Charlie yet. She's on my list of FlossTubers to watch, but I'm hoping also to get that one of her videos watched this week.
So next up, we have Earth Dancer by Butternut Road.
And this is on 28 count Desert Sand Linen. And this will be the last time I show this one, because I'm making good progress. It might take me a little bit more longer to finish it, but since this is a gift also...
Oh, goodness. Hold on.
Like Killer Whale, since it's a gift, I don't want to show it when it's almost... Yeah, so I'm making really good progress. I don't know. I finished up this area.
Did you fix the mistake?
No, I'm leaving it.
Oh, that's right. You're just going to modify it. That's right.
I did modify it. I moved... Yeah. But, like, yeah.
You did the modification and got it ready for...
Yeah.
That's what I was asking.
I did a lot of fill-in this area. Our church has what's called General Conference, and so I just got a fill-in area, and I just was, like, just filling it in as I watched.
Has it been that long since we've... Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
So that was really nice fill-in on the square. I have a little bit more, but I'm saving that for a time when I want to work on it, but I just need something easy. And then the next one is Starlit Snowflake by It's So Emma on 16 count opalescent white Aida. And this is using the color conversion. My nephew gifted this to me for Christmas, and I'm using the color conversion that he gave me. So I'm now on the last color. Also, I was realizing as I was working on this yesterday, people were doing mandala May. I was like, well, I can't take part in that. But I'm like, wait, this is a mandala. This counts for mandala May.
Yay!
I've been enjoying stitch alongs lately. Like these themed stitch alongs, I guess you could say. So then we have Visit Pemberley by Country Magic Stitch on 14 count white Aida. Yeah, I worked more down here, a little bit up in the trees. Not sure what else,
but yeah, got a lot done on the road trip we had yesterday.
Yes.
Day before yesterday.
Yeah. So I think I got like 600 stitches that day.
Oh wow.
Maybe only 500 something, but yeah. And so then there is Olaf by Alex Stitches on 14 count Starry Sky Aida. It's probably going to be kind of hard to see a lot of what I did because it's a similar color to the fabric. But I did all of this light blue, and I started on the nose.
You'll see it when the white's done.
Yeah. So that one's a work stitch, so I do it during meetings when I don't, to help deal with stress sometimes, and sometimes when I don't need to contribute as much. So this next one is Mythical Mare by Needle Lot Designs on 16 count Picture This Plus Ariel Aida. So I'm making some good progress on that.
So pretty. I didn't realize that the dragon was a horse.
Yeah, it's a horsey sort of dragon. Yeah.
You read Mythical Mare, and I was like, wait, what? And so I actually paid attention to looking at it this time.
So that is all of the whips. Next, we're going to go into starts. And like I said, a lot of these are also finishes.
And some of them are full finishes.
Yeah. It was sticking to the needle minder below it. So this is Live Green by Mama Witch X Stitch. And I changed all the colors. And it's on 14 count hand-dyed Aida.
Did you change the frog skin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
It's on 14 count hand-dyed Aida, just Aida dyed. And this was for the Leap Into Spring Sal by Uplift Stitches, Michael at Uplift Stitches, and Jason X Stitches. And I finally watched one of Jason X Stitches creates. Jason X. No, it's just 8 Jason X Stitches. But yeah. Oh, I also only stitched part of it. I didn't stitch the whole thing. I just changed colors. And we were on a trip when I was starting this, and so a lot of the colors I picked were colors that I already had in my bag. So those are colors from the Starlit Snowflake and Pemberley, because those are the ones that are my travel bag. So the next one is The First Noel by a New Creation Studio, just cross-stitch Christmas 2025. This is on 14 count Navy Aida. And so I started one of them on Palm Sunday and the other one on Easter Sunday. And like Laura Stitching by the Shore, how she does experiments where she stitches two at the same time, that's what I did. So I did one with the called for colors and one with an étoile conversion. So I like the étoile one. It's so pretty and sparkly. Jason prefers the regular one. But
I like them both. I was just looking at them because I haven't seen them in quite some time.
Uh-huh.
And I was just looking at them and I'm like, I like them both. The étoile, yeah, it does sparkle a little too much for me, but like, it's still pretty.
Yeah. So this needs to,
right.
It's going to be for later, so we need to set.
Yeah.
There's another piece of stitching on that. All right. So then, also by a New Creation Studio, Always Thankful. Once again, I changed the colors, and this is on just some 14 count Aida that I hand dyed. I changed the colors, and this was for the Mental Health Care Style by Candy the 614 Stitcher. So I enjoyed stitching that. I ended up adding a bead to the center. I didn't like how the center of this was looking, so instead of stitching over it like I'd considered doing, I took Jason's suggestion and added a bead.
So, yeah.
So that'll be fun to...
It turned out beautiful.
So, I like how that turned out. And then this next one is The Book Cage by Lola Crow, and it's on some 14 count mystery linen. And I changed the red book to purple. And this is for the Halfway to Halloween Sal by Jason X Stitches and the Crow Sal by Twitchy Stitcher.
And you're done?
No, I'm not done.
Oh, this is just a whip. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's a start. It's just one that I didn't finish.
Okay.
I was hoping to finish it by this video, but I didn't quite finish it.
That's okay.
Also, it has a skull at the top of the thing, and I'm still on the fence about whether or not I'm going to do the skull at the top. I don't really love that part. So, we'll see. And then, yesterday, for our 14th wedding anniversary, I started Together Mini Monochrome by stitching Jules Design. And I'm stitching it on 16 count Secrets and Lilac Ada from Stitch Man Darcy. And I'm using a 12 C823. So just started on the female figure. So that'll be fun to stitch. And it's in our wedding colors. So yeah, I thought that would be
because the fabric is your color and then the A12 is my color?
Yep.
Okay.
So the next is Winter Quaker Motifs by Rosewood Manor. So I've done a lot of different motifs since then. Yeah. So these ones were on 18 count Picture This Plus Arial Ada. And if you want to know the colors I used, they'll be in the show notes.
Got a blue one and a spring one.
Yeah. This next one is on 16 count Picture This Plus Crystal Whirlpool Ada.
And this is another Quaker motif.
So this next one is on 14 count just hand-dyed Ada. Now these next ones, some of them were finished last time and some of them were stitched this time, but they're now fully finished as well as stitched. So I stitched them on these little bags and I'm thinking to use these to put...
Well, oh yeah, you stitched them onto the bag.
Yeah, I sewed them on with the sewing machine. But so I'm thinking for the table gifts we're going to Stitch Ridge in August. And so I'm thinking to use these for the table gifts. Some of them have some little issues with them. Like, for example, this one got, when I was ironing it, there was some, I'd ironed some hand-dyed Ada or hand-dyed fabric before and it got some leftover residue of dye. And then this one, my sewing machine got, like there's the screw that keeps the needle in. It got, I don't know, some black on the thing. So they're not perfect, but you know.
But they're fun. And they'll make some good kit holders for really small.
You just like some like notions pouch or something. I don't know. So this next one, I'm pretty sure these were stitched last time and I just fully finished them. But I wanted to keep them with this because that's where I'm doing. So this is a thread bed for that I keep in my travel bag. So it's just stitched to some felt. Once again, those ones were on the Picture This Plus Arial Ada. So this next one was a start and a finish. It's this one.
Yep.
And this was using Orts, doing a motif from Winter Quakers, and it's on some
looks
hand-dyed
really
Ada.
good.
I really like how this one turned out. So now the next thing is finishes, and no, we need the other side of that. So this was another Ort Works, and this was from the 2023 Mystery Sampler by Fox and Rabbit on some 14 count hand-dyed Ada, and I did not like how this one turned out. It's okay, but yeah, not my favorite. But I'll just scrapbook it and it'll be fine. So the next finish I have is Color Wheel Bouquet by Works by ABC. This is on a mystery fabric, and I really like how it turned out.
Sorry, I can't keep you in the picture. I guess I could move it this way.
I think this is up. I mean, it doesn't really
It doesn't matter. I was sitting here being like, oh, which way is up? And then I realized it doesn't matter because it's a wheel.
It doesn't. And I know how I want to fully finish it, so that's good. I just need to
Looks so good.
get on it. But yeah. So I was happy. That was my New Year, New Start this year. So it was fun to
And it
finish that.
wasn't this the this is the one you were telling me whenever you got to the end, it lined up.
Yes. I was a little worried.
I know
about it.
everybody here has that same feeling. Like you start in one spot and then you have to go all the way around a piece and you're like, oh, thank goodness it lined up. Everything matched.
Yes. I was very happy.
Excuse me.
So, and then the other finish was Snow Queen by Max Pigeon Coop Designs, in cross stitch in the forest on 14 count navy Ada. And this was for the birthday sale for Melanie Uplift Stitches. And oh dang it, Bethany, what's yours? Bird Stitcher? I don't know. Bethany also joined in on that.
It'll be in the show notes.
Yes. So yeah, I finished it. I did not do the stitching on the top. And when I finished the owl, I needed a break, so I set it aside for a while, and then I did the trees underneath. So that was good to finish.
That's the one that's done on this club.
Yeah. So next we'll go to Jason. He had we don't have anything to show because he already gifted it. But he.
Oh wait, what? Hold on, I have something.
We'll insert a picture, but he.
Wait, hold on. Huh? Oh, that. Okay. That took me a long time reading that to understand. Yes, my friend wanted a cross stitch. She designed a fox with hummingbird colors.
She's an artist.
She's an artist. And she did it because her grandmother passed away, and it was kind of a memorial for her grandmother, because her grandmother loved foxes and hummingbirds. And so we got a pattern, two patterns. One called Cute Pattern.
One from Cute Pattern.
From Cute Patterns by Maria.
And the other from First Embroidery.
And then
in my
Karen,
show notes, I'll have the actual names of those patterns.
And then Karen modified them and put them together, and we modified a bunch of things so then we could stitch it for her. So she has a little circular thing, which we'll insert a picture of, or is there? Okay.
We'll insert a picture.
Yeah. And so.
And I was just stitched on 14 count ivory Ada, but Jason stitched it really quickly and got it fully finished. And
I had the idea. It took me a week?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's a smaller stitch.
We've been working on the design for a while.
And I was like, oh, wait, we're going to be out in that area. Why don't I just quickly stitch it and just give it to her when we're out there?
So then we have to mail it or whatever.
Yeah.
So the next thing is I've been doing a lot of fully finishing lately. So we have an insert, and I might be mentioning this in insert too, but I don't remember. So yeah. So Justin Marie Does Stuff does whip go, and I've always, that won't work for me with the way I stitch and how many whips I have. But I have a ton of FFOs. Like, currently I have like 90 something. So, of things that are finished but need to be fully finished. And a lot of them are really small motifs and things like that, but I would like to get that much smaller. So, I was watching Mrs. Stitches, and she's doing this like kit go this year, and I was like, thinking of a new way I could do it. And I was like, oh, well, and I know I've heard of people do this before, but doing a fully finished whip go. So that's what I'm doing. And I started in April. So I'll insert my board or whatever. Some things I've done multiple ones, so like a lot of these motifs, I've done multiple motifs. Some I have been called and I haven't done yet. But I'm making progress, and that makes me happy. So we'll do the insert right now. So I have started scrapbooking some of my finishes, like Laura Stitching by the Shore does. We did scrapbooking a bit when we first got married, but haven't really done it recently. So
there's not much to report. It's just life.
I don't know. Our stuff got packed up for a year, and after that, we just never got back to it. So here are some ones that I've done. So this one is Jane Austen, Sense and Sensibility by Vintage Tulip Design. I left off some of the elements, and I chose my own colors, but I stitched it on 28 count tea-dyed Irish linen, 2/2. It was an uneven linen, and this was uneven linen. And this was part of the Stitch Jean 2025 sale last year. So I think it turned out pretty well.
Turned out beautifully.
This next one is Joy by Joyful Expressions, and I stitched it on 28 count Silk Weaver Lemon Sparkle Opalescent Lugana. I also changed the colors on this, and this was my 2024 Easter start. And then
the last of the big pages.
Yeah, the Flower Fairy by Stitchy Princess Black, 28 count Opalescent Woodland Green Lugana from Silk Weaver. Once again, I changed the colors, and this was my 2023 New Year, New Start. So, and I have this I have this unused scrapbook album. So that's what I'm going to be using for my, whatever.
This is what she'll be using to hold all of her scrapbooked stitches in.
Yes, and also part of the reason why I am getting so many fully finishes done right now, is I decided to start Whip Go, even though it's, it was April when I started. But I was watching Mrs. Stitches, and she was talking about her, how she's doing like Kit Go. She's starting new kits, and I was just like, it'd be cool to be part of Whip Go, but like it doesn't work for me as far as whips go. But when I started this, I had over 100 fully finishes, and a lot of them are small things, as you'll see soon. But to help me get through that, I am going to do Kit Go, or not Kit Go, fully finished Whip Go or something. Yeah. So,
Next, do I need to show these one at a time?
I mean, we can. So the next 5, I counted as one finish on my list, but they are 5 different.
Are these the 5?
Yeah.
They're the top 5? Okay.
Yeah. So these are motifs from the Autumn Sampler by T.A. Smith Designs. I will try to insert a picture. I'm pretty sure I already gave away the chart. But these were stitched on 14 count oatmeal Aida using orts. And so I just made them all into little, basically arch trading cards. They're arch trading card size. And so I will just put them in card sleeves, whatever those pages are with a bunch of card sleeves.
Into 9-pocket page sleeves.
Yes. Yeah. And then this next one is a motif from the December 2021 Linens and Threads Mystery Sampler by Fox and Rabbit Designs. It's on 16 count Pictureless plus Mystic Aida, and it's stitched using orts.
And I feel silly because I didn't realize it was a heart until I held it up like this. I was like, oh, it goes like this. Everybody who was watching just saw that.
And this last, oh, wait.
There are 2 more.
Oh, there's 2 more. Okay, so the next one is, just do one at a time. The next one is The Elephant from Love Sweet Love by Ingleside Imaginarium. And I think that was a freebie. And it's on 18 count Zweigart Vintage Country Mocha. And it's, once again, stitched using orts. And this last one is Pumpkin from A Little Autumn by Corey E. Badakwari on 16 count Pictureless plus Mystic Aida and stitched using orts. So, yeah. A lot of finishes. Mm-hmm. And there will be more fully finishes.
And now back to the next scheduled program, because I don't know if it's regular or not. Movie magic.
So then, in that you'll have seen that I've started, what's it called? Scrapbooking my stitches. But I also still have my cross-stitch journal idea that I'd gotten from Michelle Bendy Stitchy. And so I did a few more pages in that. And these are all test stitches from for my patterns, different patterns. So this one was a test stitch for growing.
There's no good way to do this, sweetheart. Here, I can't get it close, but I'll let you sit. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a test stitch for Growing Into Love, and this pattern was based on a quilt block on a quilt I have that was made by my great grandma. So, yeah.
And you turn the page if we need to keep turning.
And then this next one was a test stitch for my stained glass purple iris. The colors did not work, but they did inspire these motifs, which are my stained glass scissor fobs or flower fobs or something like that. And so those 2 patterns are available in my Etsy shop. These next 2 are not, because these ones were in just cross stitch and they had rights for those ones. These ones I did not have shared rights for. So these were some test stitches I did for my pattern turkey. It was in a Just Cross Stitch magazine a few years ago. And then, sorry. These were test stitches for trying to find the right fabric for my Snowflake Band Sampler, which was in Just Cross Stitch and on the cover, which is still kind of amazing to me that happened. But yeah, so this one was too light, and I did this one, which is still too light, and then I did this one, which was perfect.
Anything else in here?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. I don't know where these go, so I'm putting these in the back.
Yeah, those are just some little things that I'm thinking to use to fully finish in there. All right, so next one is, this is Change by Across the Stitch, and it's on 14 count white Aida. I stitched this a few years ago, and I got it fully finished. And yes, I put it on a hanger. It's just going to go in our laundry room, and I figured I didn't want to go through getting the wood dowel out and cutting it and painting and everything. So I'm using a hanger, and it works. But, oh, I do love show the back, because I love the fabric I picked.
Oh yeah, the fabric on the back is pretty.
I feel like it really matches the border. So I don't know if you can see, like, the border is a similar pattern.
I can scoot forward.
So I was glad to get that fully finished, and that was one of the ones that was on Quip Go. So
sorry if I didn't hold that still long enough for anybody to actually look.
So next we have Design and Shop. So as always, you can use the coupon code FlossTube50 to save 50% off your order in my Etsy shop. And then I got some releases out, so this makes me happy. So I got Easter Bandit, and this was stitched on 16 count Witchelt Natural Rustico Aida. So this was part of a series. I have a Christmas one and a Christmas and Halloween one as well. So now all 3 of them are out.
I love his little egg. It's so cute.
So that one's done. We have a needle that we don't know where it came from. One of these projects. All right, we'll show these ones next, just because they're on top. So this is
Patriotic and Canadian Butterflies.
And these are on 14 count antique brown perforated paper. So I had fun stitching these and designing these, and I like them. So yeah, happy with how those turned out.
I like the beadwork on them.
And then this next one, so that's the freebie that goes along with, this is Butterfly Beauty on 18 count picture list plus Arial Ada. And so that was, and then this one was on 16 count Witchell Navy Ada. So this was had been my original color scheme plan, but then I decided I just finished a piece that I'd stitched on that fabric, and I knew I wasn't going to enjoy it if I had to stitch that on that fabric, this big project again. So I chose different colors.
So the motif is the butterflies in the corner, right?
Yeah, but it's just the inverse. And this is the freebie that you can get on Gumroad. And then this pattern is available on Etsy.
And this is the one that's on Picture This plus Arial Ada.
Yes. And also, Candy, this is one for suggested an alternate signature where you put Dr. Maya Angelou. So I do have that as part of the pattern as well, the alternate version. So if you want to stitch it this way, or if you want to stitch it with Dr., both are available in the pattern. All right, that's all for Design and Shop. I'm hoping to get more stuff released in the next few months, but we'll see. So I thought I'd talk about plans. So in June, I'm going to do the Joy Sal by Accounting My Stitches. In July, there's an Owl Sal. I can't remember the name of it, but that's Karen the Stitching Owl. Also, Christmas in July, we are planning to do Mill Hill Sleighs. Kids?
That's right.
So we want to do that. August is the Stitch Ridge retreat, so we need to stitch our Smalls Exchange for that. Also, I need to stitch my ATC swap that's due in June, I think, for blanking, the ATC swap. Laura Stitchy by the Shore, her ATC swap. And then September, I plan to do the Fall for Foxes Sal. So I've got plenty of stitch-alongs lined up, as well as the ones I've already done and am doing. So on to haul. We have an insert of some things that we recorded previously.
Movie magic.
So some of the haul I've gotten recently. So
there's something behind me.
I've gotten some big mat boards for fully finishing.
I didn't know that was back there. I am a very observant husband, aren't I?
I also got some pearl cotton for fully finishing for lacing. I got some DMC that I needed. And then these were on clearance, but I thought they would make some really cute small project bags. I might try to attach cross stitch to it, because my idea when I first saw them was, in the last video I talked about the finishes stitched by a family friend who can't stitch anymore that I got. And I was thinking to see if I could like attach them to that, some of them to make them, because I talked about how they might be good project bags. I don't know, we'll try. I also got this because it was in the clearance bin, but it's just a journal that I will use for my journaling.
I'm going to hold it up a little bit more in case somebody wants to design something based off of it. Because it's pretty cool, you know? The colors are a little funky.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. Like, but I don't know. Like, I like it.
And it's got a texture. You can even see the texture in the video.
It's kind of velvety.
It's really weird.
Yeah. So then, I have never bought anything from like Market before, but I saw this on Fox and Rabbit's FlossTube, and it didn't sound like they were going to release it later as a PDF, so I decided to go ahead and find one. So this I ordered from Susie Q's Cross Stitch Shop on Etsy, and so it didn't travel alone. I also got Sky Ada by Atomic Ranch Fabrics, which is much prettier than the picture was online, so that made me really happy. And I'm doing it this way because it's the patterns, one of the patterns are down here. But this is the one that I really love. It's kind of hard to see, but it's dragons in a book. And I'm thinking to start that in June for Accounting My Stitches it's like joy sour or something that makes you happy and joyful. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. I'm changing the colors, but yeah.
Blue and purple?
For the dragons, yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm surprised I figured that out.
So then this next is from Witch's Garden Crafts. I've been eyeing this fabric for years as a potential for a project. And I decided to go ahead and buy it. So it's this sparkly opalescent purple and blue Ada, and it's called Nebula. So, and I was also thinking, like, I decided to get a bigger piece than I needed, and so I was thinking the Books and Dragons might also look really pretty on here. So we'll see. And then I decided to throw in another piece this is what I was considering getting an opalescent too, but I got it in regular because there's a pattern that there's a model stitch that I got pretty far through, but I was stitching it on linen and I kept getting off, and I'm like 90% done, and I can't. So I've been trying to get a new piece of fabric that I like well enough to stitch it on again. So I'm considering that. And also now that as I've gotten ready to stitch it again, the dye lot of one of the colors have changed, so I had to change the colors. And that was just a little freebie sample. So I'll find something small to stitch on that. And then we also got just cross stitch, summer, right? Yeah, summer 2026.
And there were some cool ones in there. I'm trying to think of which ones we liked. Because there was...
I think we like
the seahorse.
The seahorse, though, it's got a ton of back stitching, so we probably will never stitch it.
Yeah. I really liked the full
lighthouse.
Coverage lighthouse.
And then I eventually am going to stitch the one that's one in each issue, but I'm going to stitch using orcs, and I'm still trying to decide what kind of configuration I want to do. Yeah. I'm continuing to think about what I want to do for that. And that's all.
On to the next portion of our program. Ah, dang it, I messed it up. Yeah, getting those put up is very important, so we have to do those inserts like that. It makes it so much easier.
Yeah. So then at Michael's, we got some more canvases, but they're smaller sized, so to do maybe some smaller fly finishing. Got some scrapbook paper because I have like the 12 by 12 scrapbook, but I also wanted to do some smaller scrapbooking that just is for items that don't work as well for that big one. They're too big for this cross-stitch journal, but they're too small for that. So I'm going to do some 8.5 by 11 fully finishing because I have plenty of sheet protectors. And then got just some floss I needed. And for our anniversary, Jason gifted me another diamond art kit. I have been doing the one he gifted me for my birthday, and I'm enjoying it. It's not something that I would do, like, it wouldn't take over cross-stitching, but every week or two I get an urge to work on it. So it's fun to work on. And, all right, so now I'm going to be inserting some pictures of some digital patterns I bought. So from Boomerang Stitches, I purchased the ruby-throated hummingbirds. So I'm excited to stitch that. I'm going to stitch that in part in memory of Jason's grandmother, because there was a time that we were at her house and we were sitting outside on the patio, and she was pointing out there were hummingbirds like flying around in the tree above us. And then also as I was pulling pictures, because I want to put some pictures when I finish it, I want to put around it some pictures of her. And as I was looking at those pictures from that trip, some of the flowers remind me of the flowers on that pattern. So it's perfect for that. Works by ABC. I bought 482. That will likely be my New Year, New Start next year, but we'll see. New Lot, I got her new book, Fantasy Cross Stitch. Yeah.
She has a lot of really cool patterns in it.
There's a few I definitely want to stitch. So like there's the dragon on the cover. I definitely want to stitch that one. There's an open book with some fantasy stuff falling out of it. I want to do that one. There's the unicorn. I definitely want to do that one. I don't know if I'll stitch any of the other ones, but I definitely want to do those three. So I thought it was a good deal, for that. I know some people are doing a Need a Lot Sal in June, but I already have my Need a Lot whip, and I'm not starting a new one until I finish that one. So, the ATC swap. I know I put it over here. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. So for the last ATC swap, I got this one. And I really love it. It's very pretty.
I love how they did it on this paper because it doesn't blend in, but it matches really well.
Yeah.
So
I really liked that. Let's see what else.
And the ATC swap came from who?
Well, Lore Stitching by the Shore is the person who does it.
But this one was Ellen Chesney?
Chesney? Yeah. So.
And it had like a little bit of a historical thing on it too.
Yeah, because the theme for this last time was the year you were born. So hers is about Mount Everest, I think.
Yes. First climbers to confirmed to have reached the summit of Mount Everest.
So then I won a giveaway from Mkissa Creations here on FlossTube. And as part of that, I got 2 for patterns for free. So one was just one more stitch, and the other was Blueberry Stitches. I think right now...
Is that this one?
No, I should inserting pictures.
Oh, okay.
So I think right now the physical patterns are available through the Crafty Grid Malkin, and she hasn't released the digital ones yet. However, also as part of that, she gave me a gift card to the Crafty Grid Malkin. So I bought some fabric. So I bought some 20 count Aida to stitch Bright 2 on, because I have a frame that will, if I stitch on 20 count, it'll fit perfectly in that frame. And then I got, this is called Freeze from Atomic Ranch, and it's a 30 count Lugana. And it's got like this pinkish, grayish, greenish, I don't know. But I think it will be perfect for the...
It's like a frosty pastel.
Yeah, but Jason gave me a Nora Corbett Fairy cross stitch for Christmas, and I think this will be perfect for that, which will probably be my birthday start next year. So it was really great to get some fabric for that. And this one I was like, I didn't know, like looking at the pictures, like the picture online looks like it would be good, but you never know until you get it. But I'm happy that I think the fabric will still work. I need to do a floss tops to make sure the colors will look good, but I think it'll be fine. So Weeks Dye Works. I was working on designing some patterns, and I ordered some possible floss colors for several patterns. So it's a lot of floss, pretty colors. So now I need to go through and see if these will work for the patterns or not. And some of them are like multiple options of like, you know, like multiple oranges or multiple reds, you know, to try to figure out the exact color that would work. And then we'll talk about our trip, the trip we went on in life, but, oops, got some orts on here. We got to visit one of my best friends who, my friend who taught me how to cross stitch, but she had made these for us for Christmas, and she just hadn't gotten them mailed, so she gave it to us. So this was some embroidery on felt. So these Christmas ornaments are really cute, and we're really excited to put those on our Christmas tree next year. So the giveaway last time was for the owl bookmarks, and the winner is Kathy's Quilts and Stitching. So
congratulations!
And it's for the emails. I mean, the PDFs. You could have the physical ones if you want, but especially since you're in Canada, I figure you'll probably want the email or the PDFs. So just you can email me, or I guess email me and let me know so that I can send it out to you. Yes. Sorry, my brain is like
it's petering out.
It's petering out. Plus, we keep getting notifications from Jason's family's. Like the family chat, and so
it's Memorial Day weekend, so everybody's chatting because of what they're doing.
So notifications keep popping up. So life updates. We went on a trip. So it was a very
quick trip.
Yeah.
It was just a weekend trip. We went to visit my brother because he and his wife had their baby. It was their first baby, and so we went out and we're with them for that.
Yeah, and so Jason's parents were out there too, and the baby was a couple months old. In our church, we have what's called a baby blessing, and so we were going out for that.
We got to see my younger sister as well.
Yeah.
The only one we didn't get to see was my older sister. I'm really sad about that. But
we got to see my youngest sister and her husband and baby and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we flew out.
Toddler? Not quite toddler.
Yeah.
But not newborn like my brother's baby.
You know,
1 year old, right?
Yeah.
Like 18 months, something like that.
She's not 18 months.
Not
yet.
quite that, but yeah.
But so yeah, we got to see all them. But so yeah, we flew out on a Thursday and we flew back on Monday, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. But we got to see, you know, Jason's friend and give her the cross stitch. We got to see my best friend and her family and spend time with them.
Spent a lot of time with my family.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun, but it was very tiring.
And then recently
we babysat my brother's kids while he and his wife went to a wedding. out of state.
That was last weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we're still recovering from that.
Which
is another reason why we're a little discombobulated today.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was a lot. They're very energetic.
It's 5 kids, of course.
And then, work's been okay. My work email got hacked, which was not fun, but got through it.
About that, yeah.
That was annoying, but whatever. But yeah, we're looking forward to spending time with family. Today is Memorial Day. I'm not sure when I will get this up. Hopefully maybe tomorrow, but we'll see. But,
we'll see you in the next few days.
Yeah, it'll get up.
So, well, I guess we'll see you today because you're watching.
But thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. And happy stitching!
Happy stitching!